claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast shit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo sabi, got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast shit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, nah, honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black lock, red drums, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin'. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a God. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast shit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it, I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me, I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. thugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud. It's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid. Plus 10. Put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe. My brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. One body, one faith, one Lord. Feel like I can take over the world with one sword. 144,000 men on one accord. Not being in this army is something you can't afford. Real niggas across the board, ain't no suckers round us. You was looking for the truth, well that's how you found us. Now it's time to lace your boots up. We got the order from the king, round the troops up. Let's go to war and die defending this nation if we gotta. Ain't no stopping us now. The chosen people of the power, standing strong like a man. Cause in our camp it ain't no cowards. 144 grand, nigga, and step before dishonor. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. I'm sick and tired of watching niggas get smoked. Work 80 hours a week and then a nigga still broke. Don't let that same nigga try to sell dope. They give him 100 years and then that nigga can't cope. Murder she wrote, they got their foot on our neck. We don't own no damn land, but yet we reppin' our set. Are you prepared for what's next? Babylon is falling, Esau has the fall, so Jacob can get the ball in. Many are called and all, I'm standing tall. I just did a roll call and all my dogs, we all in. 7,000 men who haven't bowed to idols. Remember that we the people they talked about in the Bible. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man, it's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression, they won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power.
Top, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty, nigga.
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas fended. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I could do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvature on me, you sweater. My soul like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like Menage. Sipping like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. Already told these niggas, you understand? I call up King Ty, he say what's up, I say what's good, my lord. Listen, he like, listen, these niggas ain't ready for none of this, you understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest, I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas, we royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like rubber man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talk to my jaw like the sun is set. He told me murder you rappers. Uppercut sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming the way y'all be shining. I'm blinding these rappers like Mr. McCoo. These haters miserable, we indivisible. Look at these haters like they got no clue. No clue. They hold up ones in them W's. Really, bro, don't get too comfortable. If you ain't cut from the cloth, co-signed by the boss, then we do not fuck with you. Cause you wouldn't last here. I told you the same shit last year.
Already told.
Keep talking that trash, I have a car, come kick your ass in.
Already know.
Your jaw like glassware. We pull up, not rocking no mask there. Don't care if you spot us, you know how you got us. It's over, you saying your last prayer.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the If revenge was a woman, I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like
Deidre, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow son, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my bread, still I think that's all that I enjoy. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe, connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number 1 at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my waist. Payback in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season.
Got plenty food for thought, just gotta watch who I'm feeding. Now been walking with them angels, so I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak, nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft, better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. My hymen say I cup full, no room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Well, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter, the lies are sweet. Tried everything, I guess me and Yahanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time, this Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check, 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. Shit call me 47, praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame, ask why, tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign, loyal to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king, them devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. That's right. Bring that hot flame, UPK, loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign, loyal to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king, them devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame, UPK, loyal to the king.
might need that to eat one in the back.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Good.
Hey, y'all look like y'all get America hell today, boy. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Lord will my boots to get monkeypox.
Boy. Listen.
Well, we'll see.
Them sodomites messing up people's lives with that damn monkeypox, boy.
God, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, all them sisters who partaking of the bunch of sticks. That's what I'm gonna call them. I can't call them the other word. But all them sisters who down low and have this friend, and that's my friend, that's my boyfriend, like they brought from Atlanta. You know, they're gonna be introducing monkeypox to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, they FREE.
Yeah. This week, I think or yesterday or the day before, you know, DC been given, you know, free monkeypox vaccine to the targeted community, which of course is the men who have sex with men. They don't say gay on the news. All the news reports is men who have sex with men, men who have sex with men, men who have sex with men. So DC been giving it to, you know, that targeted group. But boy, recently, this week, they say they're opening it up to sexually active women and the bi and this and that because they realize what the hell about to happen. You know what I mean? They realize exactly what it is. You know what I mean? What's going on, priest?
Yeah, how about you, much about them?
God, with this background, man.
What's it got? You got the MaraLago file?
It's classified. It's classified right now.
I'm not gonna say you're Trump dismantle.
Hey, I'm 00 Negro. You know what I'm saying? We going all the way in. You know, with all the classified documents.
Listen, make sure you keep one in the head because you know that Trump supporters they're mad at the investigation.
That's right. They have the defund the FBI movement. You heard of the defund the police movement. Now the Trump supporters have a campaign to defund the FBI.
And listen, what I want to know is this guy who attacked the FBI, he was a January 6th protester. He was one of them people who was at the Capitol building on January 6th. How is he not locked up? And he is this violent. Right. But the silly brother who was there just got 5 years.
Yeah. And they try to bring up the brother pass. You know what I mean? They try to make an example of him basically. They try to bring up his past on, you know what I mean, wherever he had run-ins with the law and try to, you know what I mean, give him the, you know what I mean, try to throw the book at the brother. When you, as I say, you have this crazy Caucasian, this white oppressor running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And I think they say he was an ex-Marine or something. He was some
he
military.
Was like a civilian.
Yeah. No. I think he was military.
Yeah, he wasn't like a regular civilian. I don't think.
No. Yeah, he was not a regular civilian. They had to kill him. They had to I forget the word, the nice word they be using.
That's to neutralize him.
Yeah, that's to neutralize him.
They had to put some alkaline with the acid. They had to neutralize that nigga. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you all want to kick off with that story, or there's a few others. You know I mean, definitely there's a few others. Of course, you know, monkeypox is always in it. We could go with that straight into Trump MaraLago stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we wanna.
I'm with it, Cap.
Bring it, man. Because it's good. All of them is good stories.
I wonder if they checked the septic tank at MaraLago. If they checked the septic tank, they were supposed to look in that toilet. They ain't checked the toilet. You know, Trump flushed all that cocaine down the toilet, man. He put them bricks down the toilet quick. You know he did. Trump ain't getting in trouble for that. I'm wondering what's going on. They ain't find the coat. You know they was looking for the coat. Trump ain't get caught with that, man. I'm mad.
Listen, I feel it totally. But that son, he was a little bit, you know, he was partaking a lot. You know what I mean? He was partaking a lot. So yeah, we can start with the MaraLago one. FBI MaraLago threats. You know what I mean? Anybody want to pull it? Zania?
Yeah.
Azania, you want to pull it?
Oh, Salaki, sir, my mic. Come on, sir.
Oh, Salaki.
I'll pull it, sir. You want the NPR article?
Yeah.
He got to live one day in a Negro shoes. and they're ready to fight a war.
Yep.
One day, when Christ return, ain't gonna be sweet, man.
My God. NPR.org. FBI Director Ray announces threats following the agency's search of Trump's home. The director of the FBI had strong words Wednesday for supporters of former President Donald Trump, who have been using violent rhetoric in the wake of his agency's search of Trump's MaraLago home. Christopher Wray, who was appointed as agency's director in 2017 by Trump, for threats circulating online against federal agents in the Justice Department deplorable and dangerous.
So hold on, read that part again.
Christopher Wray, who was appointed by the agency's director in 2017 by Trump for threats circulating online against federal agents and the Justice Department deplorable and dangerous. I am always concerned about threats to law enforcement, Ray said. Violence against law enforcement is not the answer, no matter who you're upset with. Ray made the remarks following a news conference during a long-planned visit to the agency's field office in Omaha, Nebraska, where he discussed the FBI's focus on cybersecurity. He declined to answer questions about the hours-long search Monday by FBI agent of Trump's Palm Beach, Florida resort.
So really, what happened is after they investigate, so after they did the raid on Trump's spot in MaraLago, right? You had you'll check your levels, whatever you all at. You're getting a little feedback coming through. Just check your levels, all right?
I'm on mute, Captain.
No sweat to water. It sounds like it coming from a speaker. So okay, wherever they raid his home, of course, after that, the Trump supporters are starting to threaten the FBI because they're saying that the FBI should not raid Trump at all.
Right. So, Lockie, if I could.
Yeah.
And once again, this shows. Now, remember, these are the same people who said back the blue.
Right.
These are the same people who said they believe in the rule of law.
Mm-hmm.
These are the same people who said blue lives matter. But as soon as they are on the other side of the law, they don't accept it. They're against the rule of law. They're against cooperating with the local or federal authorities, which shows you that this whole thing about them supporting the police is a lie. They only support the police and the FBI when they're raiding you. I seen a video of what happened in MaraLago, and it looked like they was raiding BMF. Everybody in the neighborhood was shot. Like the MaraLago was looking like a ghetto raid. You know what I'm saying? And this is why the Bible says this, because a lot of people think hell is stationary. The Bible says hell from beneath is moved to meet thee. That's what's gonna happen to their kingdom. And now Joe Biden just met with a group of historians this past week about the state of this country. And all real historians agree with the UPK.
So, like, I think it might be coming from you. And you have a speaker, because there's an echo feeding back. You might have to lower the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talking about me, Captain?
No. You have a speaker, so it probably bouncing off the walls and giving a little echo. Well, go ahead.
Con. So Joe Biden met with some historians this past week, and they saying that the climate that America is in right now is is reminiscent to the pre-Civil War era.
Yep.
Pre-Civil War era. So real historians know where this country's headed. You know, and this is why I love the UPK so much and love the leadership, the Commander GEN.YAHANNA, who's the head of the ISUPK, all the generals, the captains, the officers, all the way down to the sisters, man, that support this school, man, because we can see the writing on the wall. We can see the writing on the wall. This right here, the threat level to the FBI based on what they did with Donald Trump is the same level as it was when they attacked Al-Qaeda. But on a domestic level, the threats against the FBI are that to when they went up against Islam with the Al-Qaeda. So these white people are radicalized, which shows you that he has took over the Republican Party.
Yeah.
No more Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? He controls the narrative in the Republican Party. All the moderate Republicans are trying to distance themselves and trying to have some other kind of way of thinking, trying to keep the old Ronald Reagan aspect of the Republican Party. But these new neoconservatives, they are with Trump, and they know it. You know what I'm saying?
If I could too, Kahan, like Trump is like, you know, he's like the quintessential devil, where he played the long game on their ass.
Yeah.
Played the long game. He wasn't in there just for the 4 years. Like he was, you know, damn near like a real old medieval king fighting a battle for his children's children.
Yeah.
Like he's out of office, out of power, and still has all the power in America. All where he's damn near untouchable. He has so many damn near like these sleeper cells. Like how the Taliban and ISIS there was concern of these sleeper cells who would be around waiting a code. Like he has that type of following and, you know, that type of dedication to him. You know what I mean? They don't mind just staying in the shadows while Biden make a fool of himself, only to just come back and seize power. Like Trump had the type of power that even whoever wins the next election or the next Republican nominee, whoever wins that side of it, like Trump is still going to be in, you know, have a certain amount of, you know, clout and power over everything, because he done won over the people. Like he have people willing to throw away their life for him. Like they're that dedicated to his ideology.
Willing to die like that, like now I'm Marine.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Willing to just to, you know, put his whole life on the line. You know, and you know, is there's no really there's no reply or response that's adequate from the Democrats, because they already show themselves immoral, and where there's immorality, you're not going to have the type of discipline and dedication to win in a war, because immorality is going to make you compromise. It's going to make you split down the middle.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, man.
Go ahead.
Sir. Yeah, Con, you hear the rhetoric all the time. You hear people just say, like, I got in an Uber the other day, and the Edomite had it on the Fox News, and he was just pumped up. He ready to vote for Trump already. And he said, I don't care what he says. He needs to keep his mouth closed, but I'm going to vote for him. I'll vote for him. Like, and you hear things like, if Trump was in office, the Russians wouldn't have invaded Ukraine. Like Trump can stop biblical prophecy. You know what I mean? Like monkeypox wouldn't exist if it was for Trump. Like they really believe in him like a God figure. Like somebody sent from their God. Like you said, a medieval king that's divinely directed from their Lord and Savior, their God. They really looking at him as if he can change and alter the conditions on this planet. So you're absolutely right, sir. They willing to give all their life and put it on the line. It's like it.
Yeah, he epitomizing every man returning to his own race. You know, like he damn near is the thing they're returning to. Like how the scriptures say, raise up a banner so that, you know, the 12 tribes scattered, paraphrasing, would see it and come to it, you know, fly the banner high. Like damn near Trump, him vaunting himself and being who he is is that flame to attract the moth. That's when it comes to these supremacists and these oppressors. Like he is that thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's almost to the point where, like Trump, correct me if I'm wrong, but he ain't come from a family of politicians. You know what I mean? So to them, for him to be in office is almost like, a slap in the face of, people who parents been politicians who, who basically, in power because of daddy. Right. Someone saying like Bush. Like Bush and them, they have lineage of men who went for, was in politics.
Right.
Trump ain't like that, and he at the top of the food chain when it comes to it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you see the text I sent you, Captain Meshach, on WhatsApp. Yeah. I know you can't use what they call it again, the video, but I sent a still shot of some things they were saying, and this was in 2016.
Is it Fox 5?
Yeah.
Fox 5, but Fox, I could use the Fox. The Fox stuff I could use. The NBC stuff I can't really rock with.
Okay,
but if you could send me the link, I could play the video.
Yeah, man. Like to show you that, they don't want him in power, but it's good to see these the oppressor fight. It's good to see that. You know what I mean? Like the way they fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we just have to sit back, and watch and just serve the Lord. You know what I mean? And they're going, fight and kill each other over, power. Like they've been doing, for ages. You know what I mean? They fight and kill each other just for money.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it, and they're going to do it again. That civil war is coming back. It's coming back right now. It's right. The South is reeling for what the North did to it. They're going and fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. And black man, whose side they gonna be on? You know what I mean? Joe Biden don't give a damn about us. You can see that. So whose side they gonna be on? Better be on, on your team. Better come and join the UPK.
Yep.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If I could, real quick, it said, I read this thing. It says, Trump said in a late night post on his Truth Social platform Thursday that he would not oppose the release of the documents, and that he was going that he was going a step further by encouraging the immediate release of the documents. So he's trying to make it seem like, go ahead, y'all got it, read it, just put it out to the public. I think they don't want to put it out to the public. I think they know they gotta be top secret and classified. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just that's a funny take.
Yeah, he got to play it. He had to play that route now for sure. So like, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Somebody was saying.
Okay. No, I was saying if I could, it's been political pundits saying that some of the information that was in MaraLago, those documents, was nuclear related.
Yeah,
related to nuclear weapons. Now remember now, we in a so-called war, a proxy war with the Ukraine and Russia. America is. So they felt whatever it was, they felt that he Xeroxed or whatever copies of information, high class information that was it he kept for his own. And that type of information, I mean, that type of information that you get federal classification for to be able to be in those circles, that right there, I mean, that affects everything from the stock market to the sale of oil.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got to remember, he's a politician, but he's also a businessman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So these things, and they understand this man's, how he is his nature. You know what I'm saying? Like America, man, when it talks about the eagle, I mean, that right there is straight biblical. You know what I'm saying? Because the eagle is an apex predator.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the food chain. And that's what America always has been strived to be. And that's what the so-called oppressor has always strived to stay in that position as. But for sure, you gotta, like, they moved in on that because they got more information that they have than they telling the people. But once again, we are in the time of revelation. Everybody's talking. Everything is being revealed now. You know what I'm saying? If the Bible, if the scriptures and Revelation say that the book, the seals on the book have been broken, have been opened, you better believe all top secret information in this kingdom gonna come out too. And it's gonna be a shocker. You may see it on TikTok. We don't know. It can go by, it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? But it's all out in the open, man. The man of sin must be revealed.
Yeah.
You say that.
Yep. And of course, Shabbat.
Shalom, yo, Shakota.
Shalom,
You know what I mean?
I was listening from when they were coming in from Virginia. I don't know if anybody brought this up, but about Trump, the rules and regulations that they play to these days, right? I don't know if anybody brought it up, but you know, and when I say the rules and regulations, I'm referring to the FBI rules and regulations. Trump was the one that signed that into law when he was president. How they do their things these days in the FBI, including doing stuff what they did in MaraLago. That was him that signed it into law. So now when they apply it to him, now all of a sudden it's defund the law. Defund the FBI when he's the one that signed it in.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they brought that out.
Yeah, that's what they were saying with the article with Ray, with the FBI director right now, because Trump put him in, but of course, you know, the plan fell apart with Pence. You remember, Pence was supposed to come to the rescue and help them out, and all the other things they rigged. But of course, now there's also the other side of Biden. His approval rating is all the way down. So if you notice, in the past 2 months, Biden been doing some major political moves with the veto thing he did with the abortion. Like after they overturned Roe v. Wade, he came back and vetoed and said, you can't charge anybody in any state if they go get an abortion. It's illegal to charge them. Let them just go get the abortion. Of course, given all the LGBT rights and, you know what I mean, access. Then you have recently with what's her name, Nancy Pelosi going down there to Taiwan.
Right.
Like all those are political moves to strengthen the Democratic Party because Biden's approval rating is so low. Remember, and Trump before was talking about how let them get into power, the country gonna go into a recession, inflation, the gas gonna go up. He even talked about them killing the cows while they was doing the debate, and everybody thought he was crazy. Maybe that's the files they raid in MaraLago. So who the hell knows? Like this thing could definitely be something political to make sure to stir up the Democratic base,
right,
to come out and vote, because now, of course, Trump, RICO charge. You know what I mean? They're treating Trump like a nigger. How could they do it? You know what I mean? And of course, saying Trump is so illegal and this, that, the other. So now it's to stir up that Democratic Party, because right now, if they were to call an election, the Republicans is winning. If they were to call an election today, Kamala had to go get, color green somewhere else, but it ain't going to be the White House. You know what I mean? They're going to lose. So all these is little political strategies, because there was no news, there was no investigation. They ain't even coming out and saying why they kicking the door in MaraLago. You know what I mean? And that's why Trump could come out now and say, well, yeah, we'll release the files. Let's see what I have. Let's see if we're gonna read about the all. You know what I mean? So they're playing a huge game, a dangerous game with everybody. While there's monkeypox, while the Lord plague in America, they still think they have a future, that they could play these little chess games with each other. Send the FBI to your door, just like mafia men. Tip off the cops on something of the next drug dealer. Send the FBI to your goddamn door. Meanwhile, the Lord visiting your country. The Lord visiting your whole place, between Russia, Ukraine, the millions, the monkeypox, the COVID coming back, the crime, the poverty. You know what I mean? They're even talking about a whole other economic bailout plan now, because, of course, the Democratic Party need miles. They need mileage. They're far behind. They need to catch up. He said, release the documents now. So like, you want to hear this tape a little bit?
Con won't come.
Con, sir, con.
Now, Thug, which one you wanted? You wanted it from right here? What minute you wanted it from now, Thug?
Where they try to plot, where you see the text messages between somebody in the FBI and some other politician, I believe.
The deleted text messages.
The deleted text messages, okay.
Not only will I not oppose the release of documents related to the un-American, unwarranted, unnecessary raid and break-in of my home in Palm Beach, Florida, MaraLago, I'm going a step further by encouraging the immediate release of these documents. Now, Donald Trump has nothing to hide because he did nothing wrong. These materials were seized by the feds. They were from Trump's time in the White House. They were packed up by government staffers. They were delivered to Trump's post-presidential office, no different than any other president before him.
Yeah, and he know the FBI can't release nothing they seize. So he's like, release it. So again, to stir up.
Listen. He said that it was released. It was packed up by government officials at like any other president that retires and goes on to his house. Let me tell you something. Most presidents, when they take those documents or they have those for their memoirs, those are still in a classified area, not where hoes can get to. Not a beach house hoes. You have to put that in a presidential library or in a safe or somewhere for your memoirs, for your autobiography.
Yeah,
had it in there where hoes and anybody can go to MaraLago, you know what I'm saying, in his beach house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what those documents were. They were accessible to the public. The janitor could have seen them files.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's assuming they even find any goddamn thing.
Right.
Because the life of me, goddamn. If the FBI kicking them kind of decayed Negroes and people went to jail. The FBI kicking what's the rapper Slim Thugs?
Young Thug, yeah.
Kicking Young Thugs, but people went to jail. The FBI give Tekashi 6ix9ine a call. He went to jail. Trump talking shit right now from Twitter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So who the hell knows? But you're right. Any documents coming out after for the president, it's still in a classified state because even when they leave office, they have to do a debriefing.
Exactly.
They do a debriefing of what they could say, what they can't say, what they can't talk about, what they got to take to the grave, who to call if this thing happens. But shit, I don't know. They're playing politics while the Lord is destroying the kingdom.
Standard in this country as it relates to justice. Well, first we begin with a text from August the 8th, 2016. Why do we stop here? Stay with us. At the time, top FBI lawyer, Lisa Page, absolutely distraught. She was terrified at the prospect that Donald Trump would be elected president. She texted her colleague and lover, top FBI investigator Peter Strzok, quoting, quote, "Trump's not ever going to become president, right?" Strzok responded, "No, he's not. We'll stop it." Then a week later, Strzok texted, quote, "I believe that the path that you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, we assume Andy McCabe, that there is no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. So they had an insurance policy and they wanted to stop Donald Trump from ever becoming president and to do so. In the weeks and months that followed, well, there were two main attempts by the FBI and the DOJ to destroy Donald Trump. The first was a totally debunked Russia Alpha Bank Trump Tower server story. That went nowhere. And then the second one was more sinister. That was Hillary Clinton and her dirty Russian misinformation dossier that she paid for. And despite warnings from Bruce Orr in August of 2016, even John Brennan warning Obama that the dossier was political op research and not to be trusted, despite claims from the dossier author, Christopher Steele, that the material was unverifiable. Well, regardless of all of that, the FBI used the dossier to obtain FISA warrants, not once, but 4 times, to go after one innocent American, Carter Page.
And Salakia, yeah, I mean, you're going to think, that, brothers in the streets evil. These people, they're diabolical. They're on a different type of evil. They're on a different type. This is a different type of evil you're talking about right here. You know what I mean? People who will talk straight in your face and, you know what I mean, stab you without, you know what I mean, him thinking about it.
They're the real gangsters, they're the real movers and shakers. And he what he doing now is padding down and how they say filibustering. He calling a ton of names, he name dropping, and you know, to make this thing seem credible. Trump just as crooked as Hillary. It's you know, it's no honor amongst thieves.
Yeah, that's right. That's
make it seem like he's so goddamn innocent and they so evil, and you know, let them play the goddamn politics. Let the Lord bring this thing to the ground. Let them just sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's what about to happen. You know what I mean? In a second, the FBI ain't gonna have no doors to kick in because there ain't gonna be no food. There ain't gonna be no damn lights. There ain't gonna be nothing. There gonna be plagues upon plagues in this goddamn place. You know what I mean? And if you want to move on, again, any other stories? Anyone you want to run to? Go ahead.
I'm with it, Cap. I'm with it, Cap.
Most I cry. We could go to where Trump called the nuclear docs a hoax and run straight into Ukraine, where Ukraine was, you know, boasting about firing them, you know, thermal weapons at Ukraine. Russia. Slovakia boasting about firing them thermal weapons at Ukraine. You know what I mean?
Come, we can go in there, and it's so heavy. If I could, going back to that whole Brittany Griner situation, and see this, and this is why this is important. These types of stories are important, especially dealing with that sister over there, Brittany Griner, the Ukraine, Russia, and this whole what they call constitutional crisis or political fallout, what we would call a political plague, because this is one of the plagues the Lord is implementing in this earth. But this is where you get your national education, brothers and sisters that's out there listening. Because when you look at that whole situation with Brittany Griner, with Russia, and let's just take off how you identify or what you identify as. But just look at this. This is a black woman, right? A black woman that plays what you say, quote unquote, professional basketball, and you have a white Russian. And when you look at the value system and how what you provide for your nation, this is where that comes into context, because she provides for America, she provides a layup, and for him, he provides surface-to-air missiles. For his country. You understand? And by the way, he does this. He can do this in a time of war. And this is why these types of situations are important. This is why we break these things down to its very last compound in the UPK. This is why we do this, because evidently you've been living in a dream world. You live in some world that you think that how you identify, how you feel, makes you escape reality. Now she's looking to be traded instead of being a free agent. You understand? This is why the school, the I.S.U.P.K is so important. And listen, let me tell you something. No one can debate us or challenge us on these facts, man. No one. You understand? Because all this is unraveling, like Captain Mashak said, it's going back to the scriptures all day long. And there's nothing you can do to get out of this. Ain't nothing you can do to get out of this.
No.
This is why you got to turn back to the Lord. I yield, Captain.
Yeah, you so right, Art. Like, you know, this thing with Brittany Griner, it turned from the LGBTQ to equal pay for women to, you know, just because I haven't even heard anybody say they're doing this to her just because she black. Like that's the only thing that it really seemed to not matter.
Right.
And really, that's the only thing that does matter. You get the point? Right. You know what I mean? But this is a lesson. Please.
So like, Cap, what you saying is so right, man. Oh man, that's nuclear what you just said. Like they want to play the alphabet game. Okay. She is a member of the LGBTQI community. Well, this white man is a member of the KGB.
Right.
With the Russian Soviet Union. We can play the alphabet game. If you want to play the alphabet game, we can do that. But it still goes to what What value do you bring to your nation? And this is why we in the UPK, we tell you, brothers and sisters, bring value not to yourself individually, but to your nation. What do you provide your nation? Because that is what makes you valuable.
That's right.
What can you give your nation? You understand? Right. Give them more than just saying you black. Give your nation, give your nation, your God more. You understand? That's what you must do. Salak, I yield, Captain. Salak.
Yeah, you absolutely right, Doc. Like, what does she provide for her people? But once again, she don't have a nation to give anything to. You understand? Like the thing is layered. Like she doesn't have a nation to give anything to. She could give something to the nation that is over the top of hers, but she doesn't have a nation to give anything to. That's why she had to go to Russia to get money. Like we don't have a black league. We don't got, like I was saying, she could have started some kind of coaching camp. You know what I mean? Some kind of coaching camp. Deion Sanders did that shit. That's how he broke away from Nike. Remember, Nike was sponsoring him down here his whole career. He went to Nike and asked them to sponsor his youth league. And Nike didn't want to do it. And then they offered him some small money. And he was like, all this money I done made for y'all by wearing y'all on my feet for my whole career and made y'all rich. And this is how y'all do me. And then he broke away. And I think he went to Under Armour or somebody else. And they sponsored his youth program. You get the point? So now look at him. Once again, he's not LGBTQ. He turned inwardly to his people. He turned to his people to help build his people up, and now he's benefiting from it. Now everybody's scrambling to go to his school. Everybody's scrambling to, get into the HBCUs because of the movement he started, and he causing problems. But now, because even though he don't have a nation to give everything to, he still remembers he's black, and he still remembers those kids are black. And the value of a black education. Brittany Griner didn't remember that. She forgot that. She forgot that thing. She totally forgot it and went somewhere else, which is so important. Why, like, with all the fame and the glory, you got to remember who you are and where you come from. And you got to remember what's bullshit and what's not. Excuse my language. Mm-hmm. And just because somebody give you green light to act like a clown don't mean you got to be a goddamn clown. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like General Q said, she gave the breast away.
Yeah. That's her giving away her blackness, everything right there. Chop them joints off.
That's it. She's rejected everything that would make her who she is. And I'm not trivializing anybody's life to, a sex organ or a reproductive organ. But what I'm saying is, like, now, like, it should be an example to you to turn inward to your people, man. That's where the riches are. The riches of this earth are. Listen, the NBA, how much Russians they sign? That Luka Doncic, I don't even think he's Russian, but he's somewhere from over there. They don't sign no goddamn Russians. They make their money off of us.
Right.
So why we don't turn to us for it? Because you really don't value black people like you pretend to. Yep. And now this is the situation you're in. If you valued black people, you would have turned inward. You would have turned inward to it. Like you making money in the NBA. You could have started so much coaching schools around all 50 states. You know what I mean? Right. School of excellence or some shit.
So like, if I could, Cap, what you saying is so right. General Kutama always used to say at camp, what team are you playing for?
Yeah.
How would you just ask black people on the street? You know what I'm saying? What team are you playing for? And see, and to use a sports analogy, we got caught out of bounds. It's what happened to this system. And we've got caught out of bounds in so many times when you look at this. And what you're saying, Captain Mashak, it was a story. I hate to divert, but it was a story. What's the cat, the African that played for the Bucks, him and his brothers, right? Yeah. They call him the Greek freak, but he's Nigerian by birth.
Yeah.
Now, him and his brothers is playing on a Greek basketball team, and the Nigerians are upset They're looking at him like, why won't you play for the Nigerian basketball team? You see, once again, every nation requires the best of their own, which is why the Lord say that He requires the first fruit. He wants the best of everything. We have given that unto another nation. You let any other nation see their people giving another nation their glory. They're gonna be upset.
Yeah,
they're gonna be upset, man. They're gonna feel some kind of way. They're gonna say, well, hold on, you giving all that excellence and all that power to another nation. We got a problem with that. But we are the only people, who let our people just, once again, this just shows you that we the salt of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole story, man. And it's like we are a pawn in this political game. We are a pawn in his sports arena. It's just like how it was in the scriptures, man. Like this Bible is so real, it's so right. And we pray that our people can understand this, man, to see through all the nonsense, man. You understand? This right here, once again, this whole prisoner swap, it has to do with value. What value you add to your nation? I yield.
And it's almost like they Russia trying to cause conflict with Black America, with Black people against, so-called oppressors. Like they hold a Black woman. You can imagine if it was, the whole talk is if it was a white woman. If it was some white woman that the Russians had, they'd have done everything to try and get her back.
Yeah.
You understand? So now it's almost like this is, straight, this is, war tactics. We thinking, Black people thinking on the surface, but they, them think tanks, know what the hell they're doing in Russia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're very well, because there are a ton of stories on people, having, getting catch with drugs and not even serving that amount of time. They getting fined and a couple months, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with this, with this sister here now, catch her with some vaping oil, and she get what, 9 years?
Yeah. 9.5.
9.5 years? No. That's they trying to cause a conflict. But what they don't understand is Black people destroyed so much that we not even, we're not even thinking about that right now. This is the oppressor here did a number on us. We're not even thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, and if I could, okay, it's no surprise. Remember, the Russians, they did an interview with Commander General Yohanna not too long ago about, the plight in America with George Floyd, and the I think the George Floyd is what kicked it off. And then some Russian was traveling, I believe they was in North Carolina or South Carolina, in fact, and they saw the damn the boot kiss that went viral. And someone from the Russian media contacted the school and said that this broad here want to do an interview, Olga Belova. She's, some kind of mainstream Russian reporter. And she wanted to do, an interview with Commandant General Yohanna. And, based on everything that, is going on in America. And, they was asking Commandant General Yohanna, why are these things happening? Why is there such a, violence in America towards Black people? They're asking him why and what's the solution. So they've been watching and they know the effect of violating Black people in America if they could get it to consolidate. You get the point? If they could get the whole, the whole violation to consolidate into one, they know for sure that they can, they could get good mileage out of it. So as you say, and it's so right, it's very, very political. It's very, very much intentional and not a mistake at all. It's not they seized opportunity. That's what they did. They seized the opportunity, which is way more than what our leaders would do or what we do as a people, which is to seize opportunity to have advantage or power. We don't ever see it to do it. We don't have that type of mentality, because once again, we're not a nation like the others. The Russians, they're a nation. I hear no Russian in America condemn, you know, what happened with Brittany Griner. As far as they're concerned, she violated their laws, which she did. We ain't saying that, you know, she innocent. She violated their law. She should not have did what she did. Definitely should not have did it.
Salakika, I send you a text in your WhatsApp too to concrete what you're saying. You know
Please,
what I
and
mean?
this general, let me just get this real quick now. The General Q here, I believe it's him who they contacted, and this was the text to get Commander GEN.YAHANNA up on that Russian TV to explain what's going on in America with America and you know so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people all throughout the Americas. You get the point? Like they've definitely been watching and they understand that the injustices is something they could use. You get the point? It's definitely something they could use. So, like, we saying about the text?
No, I said there's something there to concrete. You know what I mean? Something happened in 2019 with one of a Caucasian oppressor.
I'm gonna pull up a picture. I don't know if you wanted to read it. You want to go ahead and read it? I'm gonna pull up the girl picture.
No, I'll read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, please. This is the one with the girl who get 2 months, not 2 months.
2 weeks.
2 months or 2 weeks or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still like you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say something real quick?
Please,
and we as a people, we're not really looking at the true issue with Brittany Griner. Like we not stepping back and saying, man, this is our sister who cut her breast off. You know what I'm saying? Who became a lesbian. And we know that 80 to 90% of all LGBTQ have been molested as children and traumatized. So nobody's trying to get to the source because it's like, why would you bring your cannabis oil across nation lines? You know what I'm saying? Internationally. And it goes to show how destroyed this sister is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think of the psychological damage she's going through and how destroyed she is to go, I don't care if I'm going to Russia, I'm still going to bring my weed. And for us not to look at it like that, and we up here trying to, women's rights and they need to pay her more, and if they pay more money, if it was LeBron, I get sick and tired of hearing that. If it was LeBron James, he wouldn't be. That's them pitting us against each other. But just to go to the point of, we got to look at marijuana as, damn, this is a strong drug. This sister, she's been to Russia before. She's played across seas, so she knows all these international laws and how strict and strenuous, how crazy it is. She even know in America, you get caught with some weed in your bag in America, you're going to be, persecuted. So it goes to the point of, damn, we got to really look at what is affecting us and what's truly destroying us as a people. You know what I mean? Right. The Russians wouldn't even be able to have their hands on our sister if we're looking at it like that. If we didn't care so much about sin and wickedness and being homosexual and drug addicts, So to get to the source, Russia contacted Commanding General YAHANNA. We need to do the same damn thing. All of us need to contact Commanding General YAHANNA for the solution. The Russians see what we're doing. The Russians see what we're doing and see that the solution is through us. So why the hell we can't look at it the same way and go, damn, Brittany Griner, if y'all really want Brittany Griner to be free, tell her to contact Commanding General YAHANNA so that way she can get her life together. So I yield.
Now you for sure right with that. Like that's a heavy point. Like they done did their homework and they didn't contact the NAACP. They ain't contact Farrakhan or nothing. They come to the man who was in charge of black people, like they know it, whether they know it factual or in the spirit. Like they went to him to break down why is this happening, why is that happening, why are the people so angry, and so they fully understand. So if they understand it, why are our people still so blind to it? You know what I mean? And like you saying, she went over there with the things. It's not her first time, and that's what they're not getting into. And she probably used to carrying it over. And they know he's carrying it over, just like the oppressor does. He lets you, sit in your vice and then use it.
Right. So, like,
yeah, please.
if I could, and it's so heavy, you know, like they trying to. I see the LGBTQI community trying to kind of spin this whole thing. They try, like you said, they try to make it. They want to say it's a feminist thing. It's about they want to try to put LeBron James in it. Then they want to make it a wage inequality thing. But what I want to know is, will the LGBTQI community cancel Russia?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going? Because see, you good with the word, you good with that canceling things, but you're not so good at freeing people. I see that. I see that with the LGBTQI community. You good with canceling you want to cancel everybody. But I don't see you good with freeing people. You understand? So the question to the LGBTQI community, will the LGBTQI community cancel Russia? Since you want to cancel everybody. Because these people don't have any real power. You understand? They run from top. They run from real issues, just like they run from the mirror.
Right.
Because the Bible is a mirror, and everybody can't look in it. Everybody can't face it. I yield, Captain.
Yeah, you
so I don't know if they be able to cancel Russia. They still can't cancel that monkeypox all up in their mouth.
Come on,
Come on. They looking for canceling Russia. They got to deal with the monkey. The monkey all over them.
They have to deal with that brass monkey. That funky. Listen, I want to get out and play that at camp when they're coming by twirling with the rainbow. Brand monkey. That funky monkey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, so now I think Disney girl, some Audrey Loba.
Yeah. They said she got caught with 19 grams of marijuana.
Right, and I think that's more than what Brittany Griner had, right?
Basically. You know
that was more than what Brittany Griner had, but of course, this was a few years ago. Laws change, whatever. But what's the bottom line here? This is a white girl. This is a daughter of Babylon. Mm-hmm. And Brittany Griner is the slave.
Yeah.
Get the point? She is the slave of the children of Babylon. Is a clear difference. And of course, what the slave does, what Esau can do, Jacob cannot do. What Esau is allowed to do, Jacob is not allowed to do, and she's learning it the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to read a little bit on it? As to what?
Yeah, that's so. I think they get it just. You know what I mean? Basically, get it just. You know what I mean? We definitely. You know what I mean? Not equal to your oppressor. We will never be equal to your oppressor. Right. So the same. You know what I mean? The same effort to take into taking care of their own, you know, we're going to have to suffer. And it is proven with just this Ukraine war alone. Because just imagine, you know what I mean, America had us for over, 400 years?
Mm-hmm.
And they can't get us out of, you know what I mean, of the debt we in. You know what I mean, we can't get proper homes to live in.
Right.
And you could send 40 billion across to Europe to fight a war?
Right.
No.
Right.
America hates black people.
Damn right.
Can I say one thing, Captain? I thought what you saying, if I can, I would amplify what you just said, Captain. It's so right. Like all that money they sending over there. And do you know what's the one over in Ukraine, the president of what's that cat name?
Zelensky.
Because Zelensky. Do you know that Zelensky had time to do a photo shoot for Vogue magazine? Now, hold on. Now, you in the middle of a war, and you and your wife got time to shoot a photo shoot for Vogue magazine while we at war. The U.S. taxpayers paid for that photo shoot. You understand? Like all that wasted money that then went over there. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be on the battlefield, but he on the green screen, right? He on the green screen in a camo Under Armour a t-shirt in the basement somewhere, talking about what he need more weapons. Stop begging, okay? Yeah. Stop all as the young people say, as the youngsters say, stop all the capping and get the capping. That's what the hell you need to be doing over there. Every time I see you on the screen, we need more money. But how much money you need? Hell, damn, in Vietnam. Look at this. Look at this crap, and this ain't photoshopped either.
Listen, he holding on to her tighter than life itself. Right. You see the veins in that forearm.
Come on,
he holding on to that broad tight like
he supposed to have a Kalashnikov or something in his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this right here, he had a photo shoot while his quote unquote country is at war.
Okay, this is what I don't get, right? Like, okay, Vogue is supposed to be a style magazine, but what they do some kind of contemporary news or something? Like, how is this Vogue worthy? Like, how is, like, once again, everything sells. You know what I mean? And they're gonna put it in there if it's gonna help them sell something. If it's gonna help them sell something, they're gonna for sure put it in there. You know what I mean?
Black people need to wake up overnight right now, man. They need to wake up. And check and just sit back and look at how America treating us and treating them. You know what I mean? You got Mexicans on the border living in cages, and these people just getting to walk across the border through Mexico. That is insane.
That Vogue magazine, being one of the premium magazines in America, also sells a lot of advertisements. So putting them in there only will get them dollars that he needs in addition to whatever they beg America for, because they control the media, as you know. So that only helps filtering more money for his cause, and of course we know to garner sympathy from the rest of the planet,
Listen, look at how much money they get. They don't get $33 billion.
Thus far, that's what they're telling us too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that's what's on the books. That's what we got to go by. We didn't know if they're actually getting it. But goddamn, you know what I mean?
Also, like, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, please.
And that right there, $33 billion. Now we talking about military equipment. You really talking about infrastructure building now.
That's it.
And this during wartime. Usually they don't even talk about that during the war. They wait till the war is over.
Exactly.
Right. They wait till the war is over so we can see where the spoils went. Now we can rebuild infrastructure. See, so like I had to say that, Cap. What you just said was so heavy. So like, I yield.
Listen, no, you're right. Like usually it's the the Halliburtons, Donald Rumsfeld, Rummy will come in with his private companies and bid, and all these what's the other one is Halliburton, and I forget the Schlumberger. I remember them, those type of companies that would go and go in there, and they would be the ones rebuilding after they bomb, and really all they're doing is recycling America's money, because that money right there is going to go right back into the Halliburton and right back into here, and it's coming right back. Like they're paying themselves. You know what I mean? It's paying themselves as, misappropriation of funds, but legally. You get the point? That's really what they're doing.
International
law. Being Jewish, can we tell them?
That money ain't going into no soup. You know what I mean? That money ain't going into no soup or no bread or no cheese for nobody. Still like you.
International welfare, that's what that is for them,
Yeah.
That's just straight up in the but we can't get no welfare in Puerto Rico. We can't get nothing in Puerto Rico or even in the Virgin Islands. They leave us stranded in the Virgin Islands, but Zelensky get all the international welfare. This is sick. This is a sick empire. That's right.
I don't want to know if money going towards women's health. You know what I mean? To push, abortion right now, because they shouldn't be having no babies. They don't have time to make babies.
No.
They ain't got no hospitals. They ain't got, what they have across there. You know what I mean?
Right. Is it because Zelensky's Jewish, we can't tell him to get a job? They tell us at camp all the time.
Yep.
Get a job. You're wasting your time. Get a job. Get a job. Captain Kahan just said it. Zelensky need to get a job, man. He up there like Captain Gunn said. He on the screen every week begging for money. He need to tie up what they say to black people. You need to get yourself up off the bootstraps.
Hold on, Cap.
Sitting in the projects all day long. All he's doing is sitting in the projects, or he's drinking Kool-Aid and eating government cheese. Zelensky need to get a goddamn job. Salaki.
Hey, look, if I could, Cap, what you saying is so right, Cap Mazzani, y'all. Him and his cohorts need to pull themselves up by their Ukrainian bootstraps.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's just keep it real. Because if this was let's just say any other third world country, or even let's go to the Caribbean. If this was any other country, they would be saying, why are they always begging? Why don't they just show their national strength and their national pride by depending and using what they have on the island or wherever they at? You understand? But he gets to beg every time on CNN. I gotta see it. They said, give us an update of Zelensky. Or well, you know what we need? We need about $20 more billion because this is going to ensure democracy. No, it's not. It's not going to ensure democracy.
Right.
You understand? How is that going to ensure democracy across the world when you running when it's an arms race over there right now? To the highest bidder. The black market is killing it over there right now.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to get this the quote unquote merchant of death from under the U.S. arms.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're able to get him out there, he really gonna get busy. You understand? They looking for weapons. You probably can get anything you want over there right now. Going between that Ukrainian that area over there between Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
I yield.
Yep. Yeah. And if you look at the spread, for the $20 billion Congress approved to Ukraine, this was a couple months ago, I think. $6 million of it was to Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. Includes weapons and training, and who's going to provide the weapons, and who's going to provide the training? America. So they're paying themselves. $9 billion, which is the bulk of the aid, is down almost 50%, probably 45% of the aid is to the replenishment of U.S. stocks, not Ukraine, but U.S. stocks. European Command Operations, and the Defense Production Act, which includes 0.5 munitions and exportability fund. Like, they're really just setting up America in Ukraine. And that's they're just really setting up. And really, all this is fancy language for a U.S. embassy, a U.S. base, a mini Pentagon. That's really what this is really for. So they're close.
Or what you call a large Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, a large Israel right next to Russia.
Yep.
If I could too, and we got to remember also, just how they funded that Iran-Contra scandal, we got to be, as Black Latinos and Native Indians, be prepared for the next version of an Iraq-Contra scandal, because how are you going to send more funds to Ukraine without finding a different way to get money besides begging the government? You know what I'm saying? So the government is going to get crafty. We know they're going to come with some other method to put more drugs, more guns in our neighborhoods, to get the money, arrest more of us, to get more money, and then they'll be able to send more money to Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? To make themselves look good in the international eye. While we get death behind that.
That could be what all that fentanyl was. All of a sudden, fentanyl is a new drug. That could be what all that is. So you're so right. You're definitely right about that. I don't know. We had a video here from where Ukraine is complaining about Russia, firing the thermonuclear weapons, or the thermal weapons. I can't call them thermonuclear. But
anybody with placards protesting?
Listen, they ain't got nothing to protest with. Is bombs. There's just bombs coming down. Let me see if I can cue it up here for you.
Yeah, that Zelensky need to lace up that size 6 boots he have.
Look at that. Yikes. Go ahead, Putin. Lighten up his own.
You heard about that weapon that Russia shot in there? Is like it's like some flares that land in your city, and then it lights everything up in flames.
Well, that's what they're saying this is.
Damn.
It was like some type of like Greek fire is what I saw on the video the other day.
You know what I mean? And of course, they're mad now because Russia is boasting all the way about, all the bombing they was doing. You know what I mean? If somebody could grab the story, if you all don't mind. Somebody could grab the story real quick. I believe it's number 1 or number 2. No, they're probably down all the way down to the bottom. Hold on. Number 12.
Yeah, 12.
Anybody could grab it up and give me a read?
Yeah, I have it.
I'm trying to see how I can get to it without going off the screen.
Oh shit! Azana, could you grab it?
Sir, I got it. Let me.
I think it's number 12.
Yeah.
Sir, New York Post.
Yep.
New York Post. Russian video. Okay, sir, pulling it up now. Russian video brags about thermobaric weapons fired in Ukraine. New video claims to show brutal Russian thermobaric weaponry hitting the frontline Ukrainian-controlled town Pisky. The footage initially distributed on pro-Russian social media channels was tweeted out Thursday by several pro-Ukrainian accounts dedicated to tracking the war. There is no indication of when the bombardment depicted in the videos took place, nor whether there were any casualties. The video, initially posted to a Russian Telegram channel called Military Chronicles, shows multiple rocket strikes hitting blocks of apartment buildings that appear to already be in shambles. The explosions erupt in a shower of sparks. We have already told you about the characteristics of the TOS-A1, the post says, referencing a Russian rocket launcher capable of firing thermobaric tipped rockets. It's time to show it in action.
So they just flexing then.
Sir.
They just flexing, which, okay, remember, a week ago, Pelosi took her behind down there and infuriated Moab on the border of the the southeastern Chinese border when she went down there to Taiwan and infuriated Moab, infuriated Xi Jinping. And Xi Jinping is definitely close with Russia, even though they have not even weighed in on the whole Ukraine and Russia crisis. So who knows if this is part of the same flex China is doing. Remember, China moved the military and surrounded Taiwan and was doing live fire drills, firing rockets in the water, firing, everything. And now, days later, you have, Russia testing out some thermobaric missiles. So I don't know what the hell is thermobaric.
What they're saying is, I think that's the ones that suck the oxygen out the air.
Good night.
And uses it to light, just light up, heat up everything around you.
That's what one brother here is saying, vacuum bombs. So like Ash, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that I had put a link there of a TikTok clip showing when those planes dispersed those flares that the ones that I think is basically the story we was going over, but it just gives you a different angle if you click on the video.
Let me see if I could get it up. Give me 1 second.
So, Locke, if I could,
while
you pulling that video up, and what you said about Taiwan.
So, 1 second. Yeah, Sloppy, go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I was just saying about Taiwan when Nancy Pelosi went over there. They were so mad they were saying that her plane could be subject to be shot out of the air because she's crossing over into their airspace. So of course, she called a bluff, but then after that, they call her a witch. You know, the wicked witch of the West. Be over there to turn turn Taiwan against, them over there. So they started doing all kind, like you said, all kind of military drills, and then she want to make it once again. She want to play the male female game, saying if it was a male, they wouldn't have got upset. But you can't play those feminist games with these other countries. You can't play the male female, like they're on the verge of war.
Yeah,
they're not gonna play that game with you. Like these countries right here, they all are lining up. They all picking sides, and like the general always say, man never made a weapon that he didn't use.
That's right. There's no
and
thinking about
every weapon you see these heathens and people making, they gonna use them.
Yeah.
Don't think like we hearing about all these weapons. Some people say, well, they'll never use that. Let me tell you something. They gonna use you hearing from prophets of the Lord. They gonna use every weapon that they created. They gonna use. You about to see the animalistic, primitive nature of what you consider as mankind or civilization on the face of this earth when this war kicks off. You gonna see it, and you gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shocked. You're gonna say, how can man cause so much destruction? You're gonna know that the I.S.U.P.K is from the Lord. You're gonna know that Commander GEN.YAHANNA has been sent from the Lord and warned you of these things, man. Because this is what time we in. We in the time of the end, brothers and sisters. We better get our house in order.
Yeah,
I yield, sir.
Yeah, you right about that. You so right with that. Like she no, not Nancy Pelosi now. Unlike Brittany Griner, she could go up there and now she could say she deserve a man pay because she went and did a man's job. You understand? She went out there and did a man's job, which is what the whole expectation from Xi Jinping was. Xi Jinping thought he'd have said, "Don't come there," and she would have tread delicately and tell Air Force One, make this left. Instead, she did, she called his bluff, demanding respect as if that was the man's job. Not to say that that's what she's supposed to do, but it's just to show you the gravity of the situation. Like, she's a woman, she's a woman, know her role, and is, again, adding to her nation. Now the stock of America done gone up because you embarrassed the whole Shaolin Empire. You know what I mean? Embarrass the whole, hidden tiger, crouching tiger, whatever. You embarrass the whole Chinese empire. Meanwhile, Brittany, you don't really have much to offer anybody. You don't got no, national value. You're not a national treasure. Whose life have you impacted? What have you done? I watched an interview with her, just a sidebar, and I thought it was a man talking. She taking so much of the main hormones and the steroids, brother. Her voice is so goddamn deeper.
That Brittany ain't?
That Brittany Griner, brother. She's sitting down talking about some fight she got into in the NBA. And she's sitting in the chair like if she's Kobe. And she talking, brother. And I'm like, well, goddamn. Like, they done really turn this woman into something else. I mean, I don't want to go too much on her now. We don't move on from that story, but that's that. You know what I mean? So these are the so-called thermobaric missiles.
Could I get one scripture that second Ezra 9? You know what I mean? And as it's saying, pray for Ukraine. Ukraine, you know what I mean? They're good. They're getting all the U.S. weaponry they could ever want. They're going to be just fine. You know what I mean? There's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians you got to pray for in this place. You know what I mean?
Yep. Ash, you can pull it for him?
Huh?
Ash, you can pull the scriptures, second Ezra. What is your one?
9.
I got the precept. What verse you want, sir?
9. You can start at 1.
Okay. Second Ezra 9:1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou thy time diligently in itself.
Yep.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
You understand? The Lord visiting this earth, monkeypox by COVID-19. You understand? He visiting this earth, and you seen what's going on here. They ain't talking about what's going on in Palestine right now with Israel. Israel full out oppressing them people in Palestine. You know what I mean? Killing the leaders. Don't talk about Iran and Israel and America right now. They can't see eye to eye with this whole nuclear talk that they're doing. Like this place, the Lord is saying, measure the time. Take note of it at the time you're living in right now. Your preacher, you're going to go to church tomorrow, and your preacher going to tell you, you know what I mean, everything will be fine. He is lying to you because what he is saying, and when you turn on the news, it's not correlated. You know what I mean? Things are getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Read on.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Uproars you're seeing right now. You're seeing uproars all over the earth. Sri Lanka government fall. You ain't hearing nothing about Sri Lanka right now. Who ain't hear about also too? Venezuela. Remember before this whole war, you was hearing all about Venezuela. You're not hearing about them again at all.
Right.
You understand? And they in hell right now. A lot of them South American countries you ain't hearing about, but they in hell. They're all up in arms because of this Ukraine, because America has things invested in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, go ask Joe Biden's son. The laptop tells you everything.
Yeah.
All right, read on.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
And the end is manifest. You've seen the end right now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Not the end to your world, but the end to the so-called oppressors' world.
That's right.
This is them trying to fight to keep it. It's falling in America. It's falling in Europe. It's falling throughout the whole entire earth. The world is falling. It's imploding on them. They thought they had, you know, I mean, they had a good long run and smooth run. They enjoy it, but the Lord is bringing it to an end right now.
Yeah.
Right. Read on.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Ye have believed.
You want to escape all of this, you better come into the UPK. Quick. You want to escape all of this, you better come into the UPK quick. Because this is what the earth is going to. You know what I mean? You're looking at Ukraine and thinking it is not going to happen here in America. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the Lord is going to let it happen. Because this house needs a cleansing. It needs to be burned. It needs fire. You understand? It needs to be torn all the way down. And the Lord knows how to do it. And it's called war.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn right.
And them plagues, making them yell and scream, oh God, the same God they would not recognize. You know what I mean? They refuse to recognize.
You're so right, Captain. I'm like that, because even in the scripture tell you, thou shalt no longer be called a virgin. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's like terrorism and these acts of warfare. They're gonna touch our doorsteps. You know what I'm saying? And you're so right. You know, blacks and Latinos, we got to find our way back to the Lord, because else we're gonna get caught out there. We've been just not on point. You know.
Like if I could too, like just go back on the Brittany Griner thing. Like we talk, like you hear our stories that we was talking about tonight. I mean, you could just see how horrible and how crazy things really are. You're talking about Donald Trump being the president and get raided. You know, the FBI had investigated presidents before, but they never raided an ex-president's house. You know what I'm saying? And then even to go back to the wars that we showing in Russia and Ukraine and all that, and black people talking about free Brittany Griner, that's insane. Like Captain Hunt touched on it earlier. That's like you trading your franchise quarterback for a free agent, undrafted free agent. That's what you're trying to do by giving them the arms dealer. You know what I mean? So like Captain I said, like if you really not seeing this, if you're not waking up to what's going on, then you're gonna get caught just like a deer in the headlights. Just like a deer in the headlights. because this is every single sign and every little thing that people don't talk about. We're talking about it on the show tonight, but they don't talk about these things, and it needs to be spoken on because it's in a dark. It seems like it's in a dark space where people try to tend to ignore, but we bring it into life for them to know. It's real heavy.
Yeah, you absolutely right. Please go ahead, Con.
No, it's so right. Like with all the captains we're bringing out, man, it just, you know, the Bible puts you in a right mindset, in the right spirit. See, a lot of our people, they don't measure the time because the time to them, time don't exist. Time, they don't understand how time is a major factor, not only in our survival, but us thriving. You understand? Like knowing the seasons. That's important. Like knowing like if you don't look and see, if you think that things are going, this is the new normal we living in. You thought it was going to go back after the COVID. It's not going to go. It went to the Omicron. It kept going on. It kept mutating. And this is, and keep going on and on until what? This place, the Lord put an end on it, man. Every kingdom has a certain time, a certain amount of sand in the hourglass. Every kingdom. And when that sand runs out in the dimension with the Most High, that's the end of that kingdom. It don't matter how much money, finances, weaponry, whatever. When that time is up, that's it. And the Lord is telling you, you better prepare yourself. You better prepare yourself for the new kingdom that's coming.
That's right.
You understand? Because you're gonna see the Lord. What the scripture say about Christ? That it's one that's gonna come that's gonna tread the wine press. He's coming to tread the wine press. You know what I'm saying? How it is with grapes. They let the press get full first before they pull the lever.
Yeah.
You understand what the scripture say in Revelation? Let it get full first. Don't pull it yet.
Yeah.
Let it get full. So when you pull it, all the grapes gonna get crushed. And you can imagine what kind of scene that's gonna be. You understand? That's how the Lord gonna get down, man. He letting the Lord, like, you don't judge a man's work. It's like if I'm rambling on, Cap.
You got it. I mean,
because I'm so sick of all these naysayers coming up against the UPK. Everybody got something to say about the UPK. The UPK is the only one that said these things and they came to pass.
Yeah.
And we said it when it was unconventionally accepted by the masses. We said these things and you said we were crazy. You called us lunatics.
Yeah.
But now look at what's going on now. You understand? Look at your soothsayers now getting robbed of $1 million worth of jewelry in the church. You understand? Look at them. Look, because they not all the Rolex watches, but they can't measure the time diligently.
Right.
All those different things they have, but they can't prepare the people. They are not preparing the Lord's sheep for what's to come. And that's what we doing over here in the I.S.U.P.K. We preparing over here, man.
Yeah.
You understand? Wisdom gonna be the stability of our times, brothers and sisters.
Yep.
You understand? You better get involved with a priest and prophet of the I.S.U.P.K. in a city near you.
That's right.
To ask them what must I do in these times? How much I'll be preparing myself? Because you're gonna see, like Captain Shock brought out about Donald Trump. You watch that right there. The FBI raiding Donald Trump was equivalent to a war move. It was equivalent to a declaration of war to all the Trump loyal supporters, and I might add the white evangelical Christians. And you're gonna see this turn from a political issue to a religious issue overnight, compounded with racism. And you're gonna see, watch what happens. They just came at the Southern Baptist Convention this week over sexual abuse. They going at every financier of the Republican Party they can. The Republicans came at Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
So now the Democrats are going at the white evangelicals, going at Trump. They using these different departments to attack each other.
It's damn near like a Cold War down there.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain.
It's like Cold War tactics where is that passive aggressive. They ain't coming directly, but they're starting to attack the legs of the party.
One nice about it too is it's good if they get, you know what I mean, what they dish out, because what they did to Jamaica in forming them two parties and having them fight each other, you understand? That coming to America with the Democrats and the Republicans, they're gonna be in the streets fighting each other. You know what I mean? I pray that day comes soon. You know what I mean? Let them be in the streets fighting and killing each other over this, you know what I mean, over power. And black men, all you have to just sit back and just watch. Don't get engaged in nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's what General Q said. He's saying don't get caught in the middle.
That's right. Don't get caught out of bounds.
Don't get caught in. And that's so heavy because as a people, we done been trained to run at the aid of the oppressor, and don't fight, don't fight. And now you caught in the middle, and now they're both fighting you. Don't get caught in the middle. Let them go at it, man.
Yeah.
The scripture say it was 2 Ezra 6 and 7, 6 and 8. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's it.
Like we have that kingdom coming, man. Let them kick in Trump door, man. God damn, it ain't no big deal. It's not like he actually lived there.
Yeah. One night living like a Negro. You got he got Mexicans, you know what I mean, on the border in cages, living for months upon months inside cages.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? On some cold concrete with some with them with
foil covers.
Foil covers.
Yeah.
I mean, one night you had to live as a Negro, and you're up in you're a pro.
Right. Let the justice system work. That's what they told us.
Yeah, let it work. Yeah.
Do his job. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's about to go there.
There's some bad hombres in MaraLago. There's some MaraLago got some bad hombres, real bad people.
They gave him a break too. They didn't take him in cuffs though, Captain Nyatha. And they ain't shoot. They ain't shoot because when they went to the sister in Kentucky's house, Breonna Taylor. Remember, they opened her door and shot up the house and said they was looking for drug dealers and drugs and everything. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have top secret.
Like but they kind of gave him a little break. Slacky.
No, I said they didn't have top secret, Brown. They didn't have top secrets that she was hiding in her house.
This is their time to do all the wickedness they could do because the time is running out. Like they're gonna act like they ain't nervous with these plagues, but this monkeypox and whatever else is out there is really threatening the economy of the world, not just America.
So they finding traces of polio here in New York State.
You say polio making its way back. Like this is going to be a time, like how the scriptures say, fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name. That monkeypox, boy, is a shameful thing. You embarrassed to you walking around with the whole bed sheet around your goddamn face over that monkeypox, and it filled your face with shame, and you're seeking the name of the Lord now is oh God. And we heading into a time now where you're gonna see people who was staunch atheists and staunch, to try to get the politically correct name. How there's worded, like those agnostics. I acknowledge there's a higher power, but I don't ascribe to this and that. You're gonna see people come full out zealots in calling on the name of the Lord with what's about to hit this world. You know what I mean? From the plagues to the social unrest. You know what I mean? Kingdom. You remember the scripture say kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. It's going to be wars on different levels of this earth. Not just the countries fighting, but neighbor against neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be bad.
Hey, Captain, could you imagine if the Lord make it where that monkeypox mutated so bad on a person that you remember the movie The Elephant Man?
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine if the Lord made it like that, where the monkeypox gets that bad, it mutates, and now people that get infected will have that face full of humps and bumps and mumps. You know what I'm saying? Where they have to stay away from everybody or else.
Right. So if I could, Cap, I would tell you right now, it's people being paranoid. I mean, a brother get a hair bump, he like, hold on, man. Like, damn, it just like he getting a hair bump. I mean, a mosquito bite. Like it's like it's almost like how it was when you sneezed and coughed during COVID.
Yes.
You get a mosquito bite or a hair bump, you like, hold on, is this really? I hope this ain't what I think it is. It's like it's the paranoia. Like it's about to go.
Even with razor bumps and stuff.
Right, they're gonna be getting medicated. So hold on, man, let me go get this hair bump. They're gonna be selling all kind of medications, man. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, like the Lord is plaguing this place, man. But once again, it's a plague. Like in the scriptures, the Lord also called it wonders. In Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they're gonna wonder about this, man. But you can only attribute it to a higher power, a divine deity. And if you don't know, if you're not in connection with that deity or have what you consider a relationship, you know what I'm saying, or a connection with that deity, then you're gonna be up, you know what creek, man. You understand? It's time for us to bring what the Lord say, sacrifice, meat, good sacrifices, man. You know what I'm saying? Good offerings to the Lord, not a sheep or a goat, man, but things more personable. You know what I'm saying? Because we in a time of war. Make no mistake about it. It's war, and it's war from here on out until our king come back. You know what I'm saying? You looking for to have some peace in this place, man. You better think again. This is all the way war, which we telling brothers and sisters, man, especially our brothers, to soldier up, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for this to the end. You understand? We gotta continue to hold this thing now to our king return. What he said, occupy until I return.
Yeah.
You understand? He told us. All these things got to happen. Captain Mashaka just bring it out. All these things must come to pass. So if you ain't grounded, if you don't have any spiritual grounding with the Lord, guess what? You're gonna lose your mind in these times, man. You're gonna see. They just had a sister in California, had an argument with her boyfriend, and some man drove down some street and killed the family, man, 6. She was trying to commit suicide. The family had the right of way, and she went up smashing the car because she couldn't handle life. And you're gonna start seeing people lose it in these times. They're gonna just become unraveled, doing dumb stuff and taking people's lives and their own lives at the same time, man.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna add something to you, what you said, Captain. Also, too, then for you good old Christians, how many times you done read that precept where it says, think not that I come to bring peace. I came not to bring peace, but a sword. So now you see, the sword being implemented. You know what I'm saying? All these schisms throughout the planet, the wars, the plagues, and all that. Christ ain't come for peace. Peace now. You know what I'm saying? You Christians spent your whole life in church, in the AMEs, and in the Mount Zions of this and that, and the Episcopalians and the Pentecost Church and the Christian Church and the Catholic Church, praising Jesus and peace and wonder and the beautiful relationship. But here we are in 2022, worrying about COVID-19 and all the variants, right? The Omicron got a variant of that called the B8.5, which is what they dubbed the ninja, even traceable in your immune system, but it sneaks up on you and gets you. And on top of that, we're dealing with what's happening in Ukraine. China about to. It seemed like China is going to invade Taiwan and all that. While you in church praising Jesus and hallelujah, the world is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? But while you worrying about BLM and pride and all that, your society is crumbling. You know what I'm saying? Because we keep listening to the wrong people. We, the men of the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge under Command GEN.YAHANNA, we've been out there teaching you since 1969, but you made a collective thought, not or even mentality to even consider what these men are saying. Could it be possibly true what they read out the Bible is coming to pass? Well, now 22, there should be no doubt. There should be no doubt whatsoever. When you see anything on the news these days, just remember I.S.U.P.K told you so. If you hear it on the radio, just remember I.S.U.P.K and the Command GEN.YAHANNA told you so. No doubt. I yield.
Yep.
Hey, Slakia, sir, you mind if I pull a preset?
Yeah, definitely. Also, too, Gadala, I don't know if you wanted to play the video. I know you sent me a video earlier in the week. with the
Oh yeah. If we could play that for sure. I know the brothers definitely want to see that.
Try and cue it up for you, all right?
Okay. If you don't mind, Captain Zania, can you pull Matthew 6:24 for me, Brother Michelle?
Sir, come. So you said Matthew 6:24?
Yeah, that's the one. Nation against nation. That one.
I got you. 6 and 24.
24 and 6.
24 and 6.
24 and 6. Salakia, my bad.
I got you. I got it right here. Matthew 24 verse 6. And you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And this is one of the preachers I heard when I was a young brother, and I was just like, man, they said the end is not yet. When you hear these things, you would hear these things your whole life, damn near. You know what I mean? Damn your whole life. But of course, it done ramped up over the last 5 years. You know, ramped up something insane, right? Keep going if you could.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Go ahead.
Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
And that verse right there is the one they used to put fear in me right there. That verse, when they said it was just the beginning of sorrow.
Yep.
We talk about COVID, monkeypox. We talking about food shortages. You talking about rumors of food shortages. You talking about wars. And the Lord said, "Nah, that's just the beginning." You know what I mean? And Come, sir. We just getting started. The party just started. You thought you was in the middle of the party. The party ain't even kicked off yet. And that right there, just to go back earlier, we was talking about what every captain on here was saying is the slumber or the sleep that America puts on Black and Hispanic people is damn near like you a magician, like you were just a magical wizard, because they refuse to notice what's going on around them. Right. They refuse to see it. And the Lord is saying, I'm sending you plagues. I'm sending you deaths. I'm sending you wars. I'm sending earthquakes and floods and tsunamis. And Vegas is going crazy. In Vegas, they got floods galore, messing up all type of casinos, right? And Black people are still asleep. Still. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just want to bring that out because that right there, that saying that it's the beginning of sorrows, is one thing that we should recognize.
So
if I can add another scripture to that, if you don't mind. In second Ezra, 16th chapter and the 18th verse.
Yeah.
It say, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scorches. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of society we live in right now here with this empire. Like, they seen the plagues, they seen the wars, they seen this and that, and ain't nobody turning away from the wickedness that's being committed on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Our people are being led astray by stupid leaders, leaders that are worthless, instead of listening to the men in the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge under Committee Gen.YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? It's like what we say, even though it's biblical, it's not popular to you, but guess what? It's going to be very popular real soon. You know what I'm saying? These prophecies are playing out right before our faces. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not. You know what I'm saying? Food shortages, you don't believe we didn't talk this since 1969. Now look, you go to your supermarkets, walk through them goddamn aisles and see how many empty shelves are there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, food for one time, because I remember with $200, 2 bags. Now what I bring home for $200, what, 2 bags? You know what I'm saying? That's the time of day we living in today. You know what I'm saying? But you can go ahead and be good Christians until the worst part happens. I'm gonna continue. Go ahead. there's a little bit
No,
more.
I would you get done, Cap Maj. Go ahead. I would you get done, Salaki.
In verse 18, it says, "Behold, victual shall be so cheap upon the earth," and that's how it was once upon a time. You got a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Heck, I remember growing up in the 90s. You know, as a young man in my early 20s, and we go to the meat market, and they would have them family deals for $80. You get 5 pounds of this, 3 pounds of that, 4 pounds of that, right? 2 gallons of milk, a 10-pound bag of rice, bread, this and this and that. That was a great deal. Now for $80, what I get? 2 slabs of steaks, if that. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't in those times no more. And then it says, "And they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, swords, famine, and great confusion." Right? And it says, verse 22, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." So what's going to happen, as we've been telling you, not only famine and plagues and all that, but also warfare. That's what we've been talking about all day today. That's what we've been talking about for many years. You know what I'm saying? The World War III is at hand, brothers and sisters.
Salaki, if I could, I just want to add on, amplify what both of the captains were saying about these scriptures, man. It's so heavy when you look at the whole thing about America talking about the immigration. But when the scripture talks about the famine leads to immigration. Famine leads to migration. All you got to do is look at what happened when the famine came with Egypt, with Joseph and his brothers. They had to migrate. You understand? So all that's going to be happening, which is going to escalate wars, and war is another reason for migration. So you're going to have all these different nations and stuff migrating and doing different things in these times. And not only that, when it says wars and rumors of wars, to compound that, a rumor can start a war. A rumor of a war can start a war.
Right.
Certain wars are started off of rumors. You understand? So, right. All of that, man. So this is let you know why if you don't have the light, the knowledge of the Lord, in a time that in this world becoming darker and darker every day. If you don't have the light of the Most High in you, which is the Holy Spirit, you haven't been led by the prophets. What the scriptures say, if the blind lead the blind, both of them gonna fall in the ditch. And that's what you have right now with these pastors are not preparing these churches, these members in these churches. They're not telling them, they're not preparing them for these times. You know how many emails and how many Christians then came up to the UPK and told us our pastor didn't prepare us for these times. They said we wouldn't prepare for this. Why? Because he's not a prophet of the Lord.
That's right.
He's not preparing you. You're supposed to be preparing. Even the scripture said you got to prepare the bride for the groom. So how can we be ready for Christ's return when we're not preparing ourselves, brothers and sisters? You understand? These are false preachers. They are charlatans. You understand? They, as the general say, money grubbing, low life bastards. I got to keep it the way it is, man. And you want some sympathy from us, from a pastor getting robbed. This is what I'm gonna say to you. It's better to give than receive. Shalom.
As I saying that, Kahan, too. You know what I mean? Like, what you're saying is so heavy. You know what I mean? Like, black people, we don't know the time because of our leadership. Like Jeremiah 14:2 says, you know what I mean? Like our gates are languish. You understand? Like black people don't even know the time that they're in. You ever hear people saying, I thought racism was over. Like what, where are you living? You thought racism was over. What make you think that racism was over?
Right.
Because you're in politics, because you're in the White House, because you're the chief of some state or whatever, governor of some state, that racism is over. You know what I mean? Like we don't, you know what I mean? We're not even aware of the time we're living in because of these black leaders. You understand?
Because of that plague of Christianity.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the biggest plague that there ain't no vaccine for. There ain't no
Yep.
vaccine for that. There ain't no booster for that. You know what I mean? Johnson and Johnson and making no injection for no Christianity because for us, the Lord done had mercy on us to make us be able to hear the words of the prophets. Like that's a gift from the Lord to be able to hear the words of the prophet, not and listen. I don't know which is the one I want to listen to the words of the prophet because you can hear it all you want. It's a different thing when you're listening because people pass by and they hear it and they ain't listening. You get the point? They ain't listening to what the prophets are saying. You know what I mean? So of course when you see people they're shocked at the racism or they're shocked at what's going on and they don't know. Remember, the scriptures say the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Like this oppressor, he done overlaid our minds and overlaid what we see so much. It's hard to see it unless the Lord wants you to see.
That's
It's
right.
hard to get it unless the Lord wants you to get it. And that's why the work we do on the streets under Command GEN.YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K is so important because it's something that the sheep who hear his voice can listen to. Everybody hearing us. We making a ton of noise. Everybody hearing. Oh, you mean them loud niggas on that corner? Them loud niggas on Hollywood Boulevard? Them loud niggas down there here in Times Square, whatever else. But how many of y'all is listening?
That's right.
How many of y'all are actually listening to what we're saying? Time will tell. Time will tell how much of y'all are listening.
That's
right. You get it, one?
That's right.
And if I could, Captain, man, and that's the beautiful thing about the UPK, because while your Christian church be prophets for profit, we the prophets of the Lord telling you these things to come.
Right.
Taking brothers and sisters who are impoverished because your Christian leaders don't know how to build a family, don't know how to build men to run family. Commanding GEN.YAHANNA under Christ has the recipe and the method to building a strong nation back up from nothing. You know what I'm saying? While your politicians are getting you to vote for this and signing this amendment and filling in the paperwork for new legislations, blacks and Latinos, we're still in the same place. Not been for the Most High's mercy in giving us the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge to give us a way out. You know what I'm saying? It's here. Now, like Captain Meshach said, it's here, but are you listening? You can hear us all you want, but are you listening? You're absolutely right, Captain Meshach. You know what I'm saying? That's the big difference right there.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
right.
right.
You're listening. If I could pull one scripture and then the dial, I found the video. You know that link you sent me is gone.
You know what? I think I screen recorded it too, just because I knew it was going to happen.
YouTube. I found it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That Instagram link you sent me, they say that page is no longer there, and I see why. I see why. If I could just get Revelation 16 Revelation 16 verses 8 through 9 real quick, and I'm gonna play this video that Gadal has sent, which is just absolutely sickening.
So, like you said, 8 through 9, sir.
Yeah, verses 8 and 9. And then
you got it, Cap. I got it. You got it, Cap.
There's another video I want to play after that, Gadalha, where it is down there in tandem with the damn Deviance. You know what I mean? Let me get Revelation 16, verse 8.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire.
Right? So listen, of course, this is the Lord, the scripture is saying right here, this angel, he has power over the sun. And what they're complaining about right now, as they're complaining about the monkeypox and the COVID and this, all the intense heat that's coming down, this record-breaking heat. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And men were scorched with great heat.
I mean, that's right there in the Bible, but you won't listen though. We crazy when we talk. The Bible is old. This was before you. Is some man write that before you were born? I don't care if the pen wrote it itself. What it's saying is what's happening.
That's right.
And blaspheme the name of God.
And the same men who's suffering from the heat is blaspheming the name of the Lord. The Lord don't exist. This, that, the other. The Lord loves everybody. They blaspheme the name of the Lord. God loves everybody. God bless America. God this, God that. Keep going.
Which have power over these plagues.
Say it again.
Which have power over these plagues.
The Lord has power over these plagues, man. And he bringing the heat down on you so much.
Yep.
Record heat. UK was complaining about heat 2 weeks ago. People getting heat stroke and dying. Record heat. They never had heat like that ever. But we blaspheme the name of the Lord who has power over these plagues. Keep reading.
And they repented not to give him glory.
And they repented not when it comes to giving him glory. Like that's what's going on in the earth right now. The Lord is about to put on a show, brother. He done start. He's putting on a show for people to stand in shock and awe and realize, okay, well, that's the dude. That's him. That's Himothy. And then that's what the song say, I'm him, I'm Himothy. That's the Lord wants you to recognize who he is. But we ain't doing it. And therefore he has to bring more plagues. And the scriptures say that the sun, the heat is going to scorch men. And man would not dare to, repent and honor the Lord who controls all these plagues. And what, you want me to follow the Quran? You want me to follow the Bhagavad Gita? Who you want me to follow? Today, what we're experiencing right now, Saturday, is written in the Bible. Who should I follow?
Salaki.
Please, sir.
It's so heavy because for those sun worshipers, okay, if you now this is ironic about the when you talk about the heat, because all those that say grand rising and God, well, the sun is burning you.
Yep.
And you getting heated like who made the sun? Like what you're saying is so right. The things that you worship, the Lord gonna use those same things to punish you because you don't give him the glory. I was looking at a rainbow the other day, and I was saying, and rainbow is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made a covenant, you know what I'm saying, to say he wouldn't flood the earth anymore. You know what I'm saying? And when I looked at the rainbow, all I could think of is that somewhere somebody that's gay is looking at the rainbow and saying, you know what, God, this is a sign from God that I can be gay.
See,
like that right there is blaspheme.
Yep.
When you take a symbol of God's covenant, the bow, and make it something counterproductive to be in direct opposition against God, the creator.
Yep.
And then you blaspheme and then have that as a symbol and then wonder why you getting punished like Captain Mashak is bringing out because you blaspheme. You blaspheme the word of God. You blaspheme his glory. And God is a gangster. He don't give his glory to no one else. Right. God don't give his glory to no one. When he, like, once again, the scripture says it, man. The Lord is a man of war.
Mm-hmm.
He don't give his glory to no one else. I yield, Cap.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
If you don't mind, Cap, I'll pull two scriptures to back up. 15th chapter and 26 and 27 verse. And they say, for the Lord knoweth them against him, therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. And this is where we at right now in these end times, in death and destruction, because we don't want to do what the Lord say to do. Like the Captain God said, a person that look at what the Lord made, a rainbow, and then you're going to use it to justify your lust, your vile lust at that, to say that it's okay for you to be that way. You know what I'm saying? God looking at those things and don't wonder no more why brothers and sisters that are living that lifestyle getting monkeypox left and right. Don't wonder no more why the AIDS is coming on you. Don't wonder no more why COVID-19 and all its variants is coming upon every last one of them, because they sinned against the Most High. And now here we are having to face death and destruction. And verse 27 says, for now these plagues are come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in it, for God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. You know what I'm saying? And it's something when you piss off that much that he's gonna just let you wallow in your own sin so you can get destroyed by your own sin. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord, the Captain God said, Crystal, the Lord ain't to be joked with. You know what I'm saying? Christianity made you think that God is all soft and plush. You know what I'm saying? In a fairy tale. Like the Most High is not Disney World. You know what I'm saying? Understand that about the Most High. He ain't Disney World. Like he want things his way. And if you don't have it this way or that way, the way he says according to, so that way blacks and Latinos can live accordingly, well, guess what? Don't be wondering why, oh, I got this extra bump under my eye. When you're going to get that extra bump and then some if you keep doing everything against him. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to that, Captain.
That's right.
You're right.
Can I say one thing? What you said, Captain Osh? You won't have to worry about coming out the closet anymore in a minute.
There it is.
You won't have to worry about that. You want to come out, the Lord, he got a way for you come out. He got a way of showing exactly like the scripture said. Captain Shock brought it out, I think 2 shows ago. The show of their countenance gonna bear witness against them.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna have to worry about, all these different things. Captain Daha said something heavy, man. We so stuck on stupid and not understanding the Lord's plague. Captain Gaddaha brought out how they was flooding in Las Vegas, and I can guarantee you there's an Israelite said, "Look, let me just make it to the 4th floor, and so I can play the slot machine. I can hit tonight. I know it's flooding on the 1st floor, but let me just stay up here on the 3rd floor and just play till I hit." That's Israel. That's Israel right there. Some Negroes in Vegas. Am I right, Gaddaha? Some Negro is on the 4th floor.
Cat, listen, it's like I said, you said it. So I seen a video with this cat playing 2 slot machines while the rain is dropping on his head.
Listen, once again, we in hell. We in hell. Yeah, I mean, we in hell. He might say, well, listen, I might hit now. You know what I mean? So this is the video here Gadal has sent me this week. I mean, it's crazy. This is a sex therapist who advocates that pedophiles should be called MAPs, which stands for minor attracted persons instead, because the word pedophile is insultive. It's weaponized now. It's like how, F-A-G-G, E-T is weaponized against the LGBTQ community. And she's breaking it down, brother. I mean, breaking it down that the attraction is legitimate and real, and it's unfair to make somebody feel bad about love. So like you.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture.
Minor attracted, meaning the pedophiles, is the most vilified people in the LGBTQ. So now, they got to have been listening to the UPK, because we've been asking when they're going to add the P. Remember, we've been asking that when they're going to add the P for pedophile for the longest. How come it's not in there? But now she wants to change it to MAP, which is minor attracted people. Like you're attracted to minors. Now she's a so-called sex therapist. Now this on her arms is not is not a sleeve. That's tattoos. And that bald head that she
I'm not gonna say that.
That bald head she rocking there. When she leaves this little, kiddie room with all the, funny paintings and this little polka dot shirt she wearing, that broad is putting on leather and boots and dominating somebody and doing some sort of deviant nonsense. Like that's who she is.
Minor attracted persons. And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population.
So the assumptions create harm, not them preying on the children create harm, but the assumptions about these maps. I'm gonna turn map into the worst word they could. I don't care what you call yourself. I know how to make that shit sound good and disgusting. Yeah. You put me to the test. I'm gonna make that shit sound nasty. We're gonna invent a whole new word every camp weekend.
You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them. I also prefer person first language that recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are. We are all people first with many different facets or parts of ourselves. And this includes folks who are attracted to minors.
If I could, it's almost like she's confessing that she's also a pedophile, right? Am I wrong? Is that the vibe you're picking up?
Concert.
Yeah. I mean, she's so deviant. I think she with everything on. She got a bird fetish. I don't know if you check the background. She's into birds.
That's exactly what I'm looking at. It's all kitty themed.
Yeah, she got a whole bird fetish going on there. You know, it's I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy the extent they're going to make. In other words, nobody can refuse them. Go ahead.
And it's so heavy when I heard and once again, they have to use our narrative of our oppression. Notice she said marginalized group. Yeah. Every time I heard that word marginalized, they were talking about Black and Latino and Native American Indian people in America because they understand our oppression. Most people do. They understand we've been marginalized. But then she said some of the most marginalized people in our culture. This is why you have to have a culture separate from every other nation. This is why the Lord said you are holy people. Holy meaning to be separated. Right now, she's saying, and for those who want to call the UPK a cult, you don't understand the difference between a cult and having culture. Our culture is separate from their culture. She said the most marginalized group in our culture, we have to not identify with their culture because we don't believe in our children getting molested. You understand? We don't believe in pedophilia. But once again, this is how they try to push it in. They try to they try to humanize something animalistic and beast-like. Are you Captain?
It's a like a captain also too. This is a video I saw earlier today. It's in the private chat. After you show this video,
I'm muting your mic because we get any double feedback from the speaker. So I just muting the mic, and while the other brother's talking. All right, no, so go ahead, Ash.
Show this video. I just sent you a link to a video I saw earlier today. Since we're on the subject, if you don't mind.
No sweat. Let me just finish this one too. I don't know, Godal, you wanted some more on this?
I'm not. I think it's too wild, so I think everybody get the idea. And I just wanted to say, like, there was a word. I know y'all familiar with the word ageism, right? Ageism, and it was kind of referred to how people will push out older people in the work in the work industry, right? So they would have to bring up ageism. That's what it was commonly used for. But if you look at the word ageism stems from being from 4 years old to being a senior citizen. So you think about ageism, you think about what they're trying to say now with this sexism thing. They are trying to make age like they're trying to deplete age, basically. You get what I'm saying?
It's a bloody line down there.
Sir, like age is gonna be what they say. Age ain't nothing but a number. That's what they're really trying to do. They're trying to make it just like that, where your age doesn't specify your maturity in your mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Captain Otto too. That woman said the acronym maps like the person. Several years ago, the term was called chicken hawk. You know what I'm saying? There's a documentary based off of that same title, but it's based off his lifestyle.
It's crazy. Let me get a little more on what she's saying.
So to start with,
Captain Mashak, you all hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. I think I found the issue.
Okay. It seemed to be gone now because there ain't no echoing at all going on with you.
Yeah. Okay.
What a minor attracted person is or who they are. This term simply means that the person has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is. You don't get to choose to be heterosexual or to be gay or whatever you are. You don't get to choose to be a minor attracted person.
Listen, brother.
Salakia, sir.
Oh my goodness, man.
It's so foul and disgusting what she's explaining. And we've been saying this, like you said, we've been saying this for decades upon decades, that they might as well just go ahead and add the pedophilia, because it's showing, and the Most High is revealing and showing that there is a correlation and connection with pedophilia and being gay, LGBTQ. Yeah. There is a direct contact. And she just said it, she confused herself by saying, see, you don't make this stuff up. You're just born that way. How? Okay, so the minor person that's being raped, they're born to be raped.
Yikes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, how does a child consent to something they have no idea? A child doesn't understand sex or having sex or what making love is all about. They're children. So you're raping the child to force the child into the lifestyle that you want them to be in. And she's explaining that on the backside. And she's not even catching herself. You're not born gay.
Right.
You're raped into being gay. You're forced into being a lesbian.
That's right.
That's what I was saying about Brittany Griner. Nobody looking at the sister going, you cut your breast off? You taking weed to Russia? It's because she was molested. I guarantee. I don't push it on her. I'm just saying. It's most likely she was molested or raped as a child.
Yeah.
She's experienced some type of sexual trauma. And black people better tighten it up. Because black people done accepted everything now. And if we try to come and try to say, now we maps and we got to include maps. Because they went against R. Kelly, which they should, and throw him under the jail. So what they gonna do? Release R. Kelly now? What we gonna do? Just let the pedophiles walk around and say they born that way? This is why you need the I.S.U.P.K. and righteous men of the Lord, because ain't nobody touching no children over here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no fear of that.
That's
you know what I mean? I'm willing to go down for it.
That's right.
Captain Talbot said in his song, he said, "My brother's kids is my other kids."
Yep.
You ain't even looking at no UPK child. You understand what I'm saying? Right. This is just something foul and demonic, and black people better tighten it up and get on this side right now, because they out to rape your babies. It's World War III and they ready to rape your babies. So
Can I say one thing, Captain Zania, and what you so passionately said is so right. You know, like how she said that, you can't control, that how you feel. You can't control that, you are sexually attracted to children and that, and I hope that works. I hope that works for, when you go in front of a judge, say, I can't control that I happen to shoot people or harm people who hurt kids. Would that work in the court? I want to see that everybody can identify, since we're gonna play the name game, we're gonna play the Stacy Lattisaw name game. Okay, no problem. Well, guess what? Would that work when someone harms you for harming a child? They can just say, well, you know what? I can control that. I was born this way. I was born to react this way. When this happens. How will you feel then? How will you feel about your desire when someone matches your desire to harm you? See, they don't look at it like that. They don't look at the cause and effect of life.
Right.
That's what they want to humanize. Once again, let me tell you like this, man. Psychologically, in order to effectively go to war with someone, you have to not see them as human. You have to not see them as human in order to effectively. That's how we got oppressed for so long.
Yeah.
They consider us 3/5 of a man. But it just goes to show you what kind of animalistic. This ain't a civilization we living in. People confuse technology and advancement with certain things as civilization. You are living in an animalistic kingdom here, man.
That's right.
You're gonna say that you're gonna try to rationalize child pedophilia,
child rape,
like the captain said. You just better know. You better know that everybody don't agree with that, and some people identify as being human, and they're gonna react. They're gonna react as such if it comes to their child, and no one can blame them if they do.
We can't even have multiple wives.
That's a lock.
They look at multiple wives as something so horrible. They ain't put that with the LGBTQ yet. They ain't got an MW for multiple wives on it. But they ready to accept raping and molesting children? That's something that's just totally crazy. I can't have more than one rib. But these Edomites is pushing now that, oh, if you're just born attracted to babies and children.
And those things are too normal. It's too normal for society because, you know, the things you're talking about, that's normal, brother. These are people that enjoy the unlawful thing, the thing you have to hide and do, the thing that's damn near criminal. Socially, they're criminals. Like somebody who would steal or a drug dealer or something, he gonna hide and do his shit. You know, even brothers in the street, when they do that hand-to-hand exchange, it's hiding. It's not open. It's not an open thing. But these people, the thing that's normal is not attractive to them. And this is the other thing. They're the LGBTQ, which is what? Lesbian, gay, bisexual. Where are the children for the maps coming from? If it's lesbian and gay, whose children are they attracted to?
Yep.
Is it theirs? Because last I checked, lesbians don't make children, and the gays don't make children. Man to man can't make child, and woman to woman can't make a child. So who's the map attracted to?
They better keep a track of them adopted children.
Listen, they better keep a map and put on that map the location of the UPK and stay away from these houses.
Yep,
that's what they need to do. If I could, just real quick, let me run with these next few clips, and then we'll call it off.
Come.
This is one, Ash. This is one you wanted, right?
Yes, sir. Let's listen to the words, sir.
Well,
Oh, Salaki.
What you say?
They're singing, they're coming for them.
Oh,
coming
man.
for your children.
Brother,
if I could, Captain, can I give you a little something about when I saw that video today? Okay, not purposely. I was watching it, and I was getting angry. But you know what pissed me off more? That my daughter started crying in fear because of people like this.
Oh man!
And she told me I don't ever want to be around people like this. And I tell you don't have to worry about that.
That's
the
right.
Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, one thing that's guaranteed, you're guaranteed protection. Anybody try to harm you, any child here, any child in the UPK, they're going to have to face the wrath of the ISUPK. So you in a place protected. Anybody come against, try to even touch a hair on our children, you're going to feel what it is to get your butt whooped by somebody that cares for their family. Salakia, but that's why I'm gonna go with it.
Salakia. They're gonna get an up close and personal view of the rainbow.
Yep, there it is.
They're gonna understand. They're gonna understand. They're gonna get. They want to go to the rainbow. They're gonna get to see what's on the other side of that rainbow.
Yep.
They're gonna
That's right.
They're gonna get the. You know what I'm saying? Because see, the thing is, man. Listen, the UPK. I can't. Let me just be quiet. So let me just be quiet, man.
Yeah.
Look, we fighting a spiritual warfare. Spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wickedness in high places, man. We got to come together and serve the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Because wickedness has gotten strength in this place, man. More and more and more. And once again, they have, like the scriptures say, they strengthen the hand of evildoers.
Yep.
Evildoers have a support system now. There's a hotline for them to call because you said that what they said was wrong. Now they need emotional support. And you got to take a class for offending them. That's the time we in. You understand?
And Silaki Khan, I thought they were born that way. Why you had to come for them?
Yeah.
You gotta convert them.
Them if it born that way.
Listen, if I could, Nathak, if I could raise you one, why would you have to come for the children if you could make children?
Yeah.
Why you got to come for the children if you could make them? Are you saying you can't make a gay child?
Right.
You can't get together in your gay little community and make a gay child? Like LeBron James' sons are basketballers because LeBron James is a basketballer.
Right.
If your mother is a, you know, she dines on carpets, then she should make a vacuum cleaner.
Right.
That's the best political way I can put it. God damn.
Baby vacuum, yeah.
Yeah, I mean. So like, let me play this little clip here. No, this is Ben Shapiro, and he's on some panel talking about, you know, Caitlyn Jenner with the transgender, right? And he's of course advocating that Caitlyn Jenner is not a woman, is still a man biologically. And I don't know who the hell this is here, but boy, by the end of this argument,
that look like Mr. Chen.
This look like Miss Doubtfire. It look like Doubtfire here. So by the end of the argument, you all know Ben Shapiro is about as annoying gets.
Yeah.
Right.
This LGBTQ person could not take it no more. Now you see, it's identifies as a woman, right?
Male or female.
Gender.
With gender
identity. Go ahead. So,
but even so, you have a thing like Klinefelter's syndrome. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated on genetics.
To discuss the genetics. Well, no. Your genetics. So let's stay away from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Listen, nigga come out Listen. Somebody neck and say, yeah, what, nigga?
Hold on.
Hey, that's Solomon Gomorrah right there. Right there. That's the spirit of Solomon Gomorrah.
What did he say, sir?
He said, you cut that out right now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Hold on. Captain Shock, was that a non-binary threat? Was that a non-binary threat? Oh my goodness!
Listen, I should put hands on them too. Now, if that's not a man, I don't know what the hell is, But God damn. Good night, It's crazy out here, brother.
But we the hate group.
We the hate group.
We
violent. We the violent.
We violent.
Right. You know. You get the point? Like, good. She ain't get charged with anti-Semitism. Cause you see, he's a so-called Jewish man. You see the yarmulke on his head. You see it.
Oh, come on.
She grabbed him by the neck and said, "Listen,
you cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance."
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
No, I know. Well, wait, to be fair, but to be fair, you're actually being rude.
Listen, the whole talk break down after that shit. The nigga come up. She like a ball swinger.
Hormones kicked in right there.
Salakia.
Cat, I guess you said she didn't cut off her balls, huh?
No. She let them things drop on Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
She let them things drop on that nigga.
That hit Ben Shapiro toe. Let it shoe.
Jeez, at the edges.
Still got the testosterone.
Listen, if I could one more, now based on how we was going with the deviancy, like we also as a people, we had to stop enjoying the oppressor's sex. Like the oppressor, he done sexualized the whole world with his, illicit sex, his pornography, his strip clubs, his this, is that. I was watching this tape today with Kevin Hart, right? This is Kevin Hart, and I think these is what ex basketball players who have this little podcast. And this one basketball player is telling, his name is Channing Crowder. He's telling these brothers what he and his wife is into. And Kevin Hart, he can't believe what he's hearing, and neither could I. All right, let's just check it out.
Like once a year, we go to a nudist college.
What's on?
Yeah,
we go to a place where like you walk in, everybody just gets naked and
I heard
walks
you
around.
say.
I didn't know if you knew this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Okay, yeah. So we go to the nudist colony, and you know we just kind of go around. You got to shave everything and show out, and especially when you shave your shit, it looks bigger because you gain inches from no hair.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clarity. Y'all just hanging out, or y'all fucking these people?
No, there are swingers there, but you set the precedent.
I get that. I don't know why you're not listening. I want to. What do y'all get down? Is what you're saying?
It's kind of the question, but we don't get down, but we just like to be around naked people together.
You see what I'm doing, bro? I'm out.
That's your ultimate conversation. I'm a happy
We just like to be around naked people. The one thing that gets me.
You hear what you're saying out loud, bro?
I hear what I'm saying out loud. The one thing that gets
me. Listen. Kevin Hart had to go real black on him. He said, "Brother, you hear what you saying, brother? like goddamn, like you. They cancel Kevin Hart for having a second rib. Meanwhile, this nigga is just a deviant."
You hear what you're saying out loud, bro?
I hear what I'm saying out loud. The one thing that gets me is just eating, like breakfast.
What you eating, Shane?
I don't want there at the buffet. You dick by my eggs. I don't want dick by my eggs. I eat coochie. I don't want coochie by my eggs, even though I eat coochie and eggs. This is my Kevin Hart delivery.
Yeah, I'm still at the point you just saying you just like to be around naked people.
You don't like to be around naked people?
Be honest with you, I have no desire to be around a bunch of people I don't know just sitting there naked. That's what I said.
But some people, but the women, you been a strip club.
I'm willing to bet. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet a good number. It ain't a lot of put together people going to this little stage. No. Big J Okerson, it's a comedian friend of mine from Philadelphia that I started out with. And Big J went through this period where he was interested in swinging. It's a true story, hand on the Bible. And he convinced his girl to swing, right? He said, we should do it. And he wanted to do it because the other couple that he wanted to do it, the guy's woman was, he said she was great looking. Like I want to do it because I can get to her. Like it can be great. I was like, dude, I said, you taking a gamble. I said, that's a lot. It's aggressive, right? It's not really my cup of tea, but I don't know how people live, and I don't knock what people do with their lives. That's your life. Big J said they swung, and he watched this guy fuck the dog shit out of his life. He said, he never bounced back from it. He never bounced back. He saw something.
Listen, now the reason I'm playing this is because now Kevin Hart making this shit funny. But the brother who initially talked about, going to the nudist colony, he is dead serious about that whole thing. He said him and his wife is into it. That's why Kevin Hart asked him if they having, the swingers, if they're having sex with each other, because that's what's going on. We as a people, we are going to have to draw the line. That whole thing about you can't knock it, you're going to have to knock it. Because if this is allowable, then don't tell them maps nothing when they're attracted to your children. Because deviancy is deviancy. You swinging, you talking about organized adultery. But then at the same time, you quick to, say something. You're going to have to be all the way in or all the way out. This is not no time for no middle ground. That's why Lil Nas X got up on national TV and said, F them kids. Because when you look at it, as a people, we are subscribing to the oppressor's lust and we enjoying it. So how you now could turn around and tell him anything? Satan cannot cast out Satan. And this is what they enjoy at a certain level in society, and it's making its way down to the common folk. The common folk is having all these little freak fests and these private parties and hooking up on the Tinder and the OnlyFans. Like, we're going to have a clean house all the way up, man.
That's right.
All the way up. If we're going to have to fight these people coming for your children. Because guess what? The children they violate are going to grow up to be the swingers and the nudist colony and the strippers.
That's right.
It's absolutely insane. I wanted to close off with that, Akim. So, like, I won't be to hold everybody so long. But boy, like this place have to burn. This is why the Lord bringing them plagues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Water,
That's why he allowed them to make them type of rockets.
Yep.
This place had to get cleansed all the way.
Yep. Definitely how to go. So we write up anytime. Don't forget, Commander GEN.YAHANNA live every Monday morning, every Monday night. Giving my hand, hardest working man in Israel, rocking it out, laying it down. Pay your goddamn tithes, man. Pay your tithes. Don't be slack on it. Don't rob the Lord. Get it in. Pay your tithes. ISUPK.org. Go on there right now. Pay your tithes. Don't forget, every Monday night, Black Watch, every Monday night, 9 p.m. You can catch General Mahaman every Thursday. 7 p.m. You're supposed to know the schedule by now. If y'all don't, we'll see. Drop a like, drop a share, subscribe. We'll be back again next week, Lord allow. With the heavy hitting crew, 9 o'clock, all the way from North Carolina. Give it up. Captain Gavard all the way down there. Holding on the whole southern region. Give it up. Gadaha rocking on that west coast. Give it up. Captain Ashafaya rocking out Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? And Azana, for sure holding down upstate New York. You all know the time. You all know the vibes. ISUPK, One West, Black Watch. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious minds, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody.